Well, hello everybody. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you had a great weekend. It is Monday. It's almost Christmas, only a few days away. I hope you all get time with your family and get a lot of gifts. I know it wasn't me you were expecting when you saw our title, but yeah, we'll get into that a little bit later on. But you are watching Borderline Banter, and I'm Mike. And as always, moving that mouse around, we have Dustin here. Dustin, how's your day been?
My day's been pretty good. I did not work today, so
Yes, I
pretty
did.
good. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but
It's all right. Well, that's all good. Gotta pay the bills, right?
Yep.
Well, I'm glad you get some time off. I hope other people do as well. Anything exciting happen on your first few days off?
Not really. I've just been trying out a new GTA RP server, seeing what it's like to go into a world with over 100 people constantly.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah,
It's
I've
kind
been
of
on there
kind
a
of
few
crazy.
times. We might get into that later on. But yeah, thanks for being here again. It's just us two. We do actually have some guests lined up for Friday. We're gonna be doing a show Wednesday and on Friday. I haven't even talked to Dustin about this yet, but we are of course gonna be taking Christmas off because we're gonna be maybe with our families, or you will be. I will be here with Borderline Banter, but that's a different. But yeah, do you want to do a show Monday, Dustin?
I don't know. We'll have to
Yeah,
figure that
it's
out.
Christmas. I don't think we should, but yeah, we'll talk about it later on.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should probably get right into our first article. It is certainly a doozy one.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
with the title of our stream here, people have got to be wondering what's going on. Is
okay.
who's sex tape? What
Yeah,
sex tape? Well, Fox News is going to tell us.
yeah. So from Fox News, Senate hearing room, sex tape controversy explained. So this is something else that apparently they're going to explain why there's a video of of uh pretty much a porno being made in the Senate. Take it away, Dustin.
Well, it's not a Senate member, I
No.
guess, first of all.
Okay.
So I guess right here it says Senator Ben Cardin's office announced it had fired a staffer who was rumored online to be involved in the incident.
Okay.
So I believe it's Senate staff.
Okay. That's still kind of yeah.
Wow, does this have a...
We
Oh,
oh
gosh dang it. You know what? I forgot about the
yeah,
Fox
we
News
forgot
role.
about this. Okay. Anyway, so
No, it's okay. We'll find an alternative
yeah, we'll
link
find
because
an alternative.
everybody talked about this, right?
But yeah, there must have been something else about this. Yeah, silly Fox. We might just have to put in a alt email for this because we don't want spamming us with all their stuff. But yeah, there's a
Here,
sex tape.
I'll be
and,
nice to Fox and take Fox 5, Washington, D.C.,
Oh, look at you go.
which is the local one, but it's the local one too where all this stuff happens. Capitol
So
Hill.
now, what is a security flags about?
No, yeah, this is a different headline.
Yeah. So okay. So from Fox 5, Senate staffer sex tape raises major security red flags on Capitol Hill.
I mean, the fact that it could happen is kind of
That people can bang. I'm pretty like.
Well, that they could.
It's probably been
produce a
happening
porn.
forever. Just most clowns don't. Thanks,
Well, where
Jace.
they
Most
did
clowns
it,
don't follow.
I think it's the important part.
Yeah.
And where exactly did it happen?
Okay, let's go a little bit more on this.
Senator Ben Cardin was allegedly one of the two men seen in a sex video recorded in a Senate hearing room.
Okay, so he
I
was
am corrected.
Okay, I thought
You
it was
were
a.
right.
I thought it was
the
a
senator
senator
involved.
Okay, so
Maybe that other person that they said is fired was the other.
yeah, it's a Democrat senator for the record.
Oh yeah, yep. There we go. That aide is now fired. Okay,
Yeah.
that's incorrect.
Oh yeah,
you were right, but also I was right.
yeah,
because they were both the ones on there.
But yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's kind of weird. So that is even weird. Okay, like
People are asking, how could this happen?
Like it doesn't matter who you like.
Horniness.
You want to sleep with a staff member, and if that's okay, cool. Go do it in a hotel room. Go home and do it, right? But
yeah,
like,
I mean, there's lots of places: hotel rooms, motel rooms, cars.
But yeah, like, but
doors,
why
locks,
record it? Like,
doors.
why record it? I read, and this is it, but I read there's a Facebook group for gay men who want in politics, and that's why they filmed it for that Facebook group. Which is kind of weird, but that was on the other story, which we can't read.
You can't post that on
Facebook. Facebook groups you can. If you put it in Messenger, you can get away with it.
With putting porn?
Yeah, Messenger. It's fine in Messenger.
So. I didn't know people were doing porn that way now.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's everywhere these days.
Just
Yo, Avery, how's it going? Thanks for hopping in.
Let's see here.
One of my amazing subs.
This Benjamin Lewis Cardin. I'm just curious. He is a member of the Democratic Party.
Yep.
And this article says Maryland. I was just like, it didn't put the party next to
Maryland's,
it.
of course not.
What we're talking about.
I'm surprised Fox didn't, but of course not.
Yeah.
Like when it's a Republican, you always see the R, you know that, but
I don't know if I always do. I feel like I sometimes articles just are lazy, you know.
But yeah, so he probably should be fired.
Is this the room where it happened?
Maybe, but he should be ousted. They should vote to oust him, you know.
Inside the Senate hearing room.
Yeah, right
this
in the
looks
room.
Like a Senate hearing room.
It does, like.
Right. Yeah. Look at all the windows and places you could look from.
Yeah.
This is dumb.
Yeah, but they weren't worried about getting caught. They clearly didn't. They filmed it. So.
Well, yeah. I mean.
Yes, Avery, I agree. Everyone should subscribe. He's correct.
If you can, I mean, make sure everyone should follow.
Everyone should follow. But yeah, that's
only sub if you can. I mean, I don't want to make people feel like obligated to do that.
Which was recorded inside her Senate hearing room 216. They even get us a room.
And
right?
yes, if they filmed it, let's see the video. I'm on board with that.
No,
not just kidding.
The video is out there, and I have heard people talk about.
You went on? You did the research?
No, like well, sometimes you just gotta do the research, right? But sometimes you don't. I've seen a lot of weird shit.
Would not say if there's any security video.
Well, there probably is.
They had the close up. You know,
but no, they got the POV. Like apparently, the POV person was looking around the room, so you got a whole visual of the area of the room, right?
So they want to know where Capitol Police were when this sex video is being made. That's the security concern. Like, do police not do rounds? Like, it takes a while to do a porn, right? It's
not for everybody. No, like sometimes it's just squeak, and you're done, right? But I don't know. So just
a retired Secret Service guy said it shouldn't have been allowed to happen.
I'll bring it in tomorrow, Avery. So.
These are items that are classified, and the general public, frankly, should not have access to that. And frankly, if we got away from the idea of saying everybody should be able to do X, Y, and Z, it's their right, I think we'd be better off for sure.
So what's this guy saying? What?
Did you follow that?
Okay, so there are items that are classified. The general public that you're having sex in a
does he think we should
public building in a government funded building? Like what the heck? Like this isn't in a bathroom. Like this isn't like just in a friggin' maybe a closet. This is literally where they sit, right? Like it's I don't know. That's
I don't even
he should be ousted. Like they should literally he should no longer be
it should be censured or whatever. Or
I don't know what
did they do to Santos?
Oh yeah, ousted. Ousted? Isn't that what they say?
Ousted.
Yeah. So no, for sure. Like they definitely should. That is crazy. Like
why do I have these 3 photos? This is so weird.
Because that's a room that they're talking about, room 216, you know?
I guess. So this is if you were to be heading that way, you'd see this and be like, okay, I got a 216 right ahead. Okay, there it is, and then here's the door.
No, they better do some carpet cleaning. They better like steam clean the seats and stuff, you know, because that's pretty messed up. But yeah, that's that. I guess I don't know. Like now, is this just gonna be swept under the rug? Which it shouldn't.
I don't think it should be. I think the Senator Ben Cardin.
Yeah,
he needs to be.
Yeah,
they need to put it up to a vote. See if this guy should be outed.
And I believe actually, but that's the thing though. That's the thing though. Like, I don't know how that works in the States though. But don't the Democrats have that power, the lead?
No, that's the Republican
those
guy
the emojis you get.
Vote for.
I gotta figure that out for you, Avery. Just bear with me here.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. No, it was the one that they took forever to. They had to get rid of Kevin McCarthy, and then they took forever to get the new guy in there.
Yeah.
So we've got what's his name? Johnson.
Yeah.
Mike Johnson.
Mike Johnson.
Yeah.
That's not Mike Johnson. John Johnson.
No, it's Mike Johnson.
Is Mike Johnson? Okay.
Yeah. And so he's the leader guy, but I think anybody could bring something, and then somebody can second it, and then.
Well, they definitely should. Will they? Who knows? Like Republicans suck.
I mean, they should just to get everybody's vote on it. Like, hey, what's your stance on people doing this shit? Where we're voting right now. Like they did it right there.
Yeah, just do it. Yeah. We'll probably do more on this story, but yeah, that just. I don't know. Why would
if
you
there's
film
no
it?
follow-up,
Like,
that's just
okay,
kinda
you want
sad.
to do that? Okay, you have a
Well, yeah,
fetish
why
of
are we
that, like,
videotaping it?
yeah, because like, is that a fetish too? But then go to hotel room. But maybe it's a public thing. I don't know. But if you're a Senate, people know your face. You know,
Well,
like,
it's
and
not technically
I
public, I
think in
guess, but
theory the Senate was a person recording, from what I heard, because the only face you can see is the person who was fired. Yeah, I don't have too much more on that. If you go on X, apparently the video's on X. Go for it. Go look for it. Viewer discretion advised.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
be careful out there. What you click on.
Yeah. So,
But you said it doesn't show both people's faces?
that's I already heard that. I don't know. I have not
All
looked
right,
for
so
the video yet.
the guy may be using plausible deniability then. I mean,
But it's the other guy already said it, or I don't know.
but yeah, I mean, I still think they should have a vote, and if they do, there'll be a follow up with us because we'll see it and be like, hey, it's that thing.
I don't know. I'd probably like if that was me. I'd resign. Like, yeah, I'm good. But
I think I would make them kick me out.
yeah. So I don't know. I'd be pretty embarrassed, but I guess you're not because you're filming it, putting it on the goddamn internet, so you don't care. The video was gonna get. I don't know.
I just don't understand why are you recording this?
Yeah.
Like,
but
it
yeah,
doesn't make any sense to be recording it unless you're just stupid. And we elected a dumb person apparently, is what we're finding out. So no matter what happens, if they don't, get rid of him that way, he needs to be primaried.
Yeah.
You know, get a different person out. We don't need the incumbent.
Yeah. Okay.
This is a big reason why the incumbent shouldn't automatically get through primaries, is because things like this, that's where you could hold somebody accountable.
Exactly. Too bad. Let's have a vote on it. Okay.
All right. Moving on.
Our follow-up story. I think this one's all you.
Can you take it? I got a cat in the way.
Okay, from Gizmodo. We finally saw that missing space tomato, and we wish we hadn't. So, remember a few weeks ago, some of you guys might have seen we did a story on this tomato that went missing on the International Space Station. It's the first tomato ever to be grown in space and harvest, and yeah, apparently it went missing, and everybody accused the astronaut of eating it, and he swear he didn't eat it. He said, "I didn't touch it; it just disappeared." He looked for it. They apparently never found it.
This subtitle here's got Frank Rubio was the guy's name. He spent 20 hours searching for it.
Yeah, and everyone accused him of eating it, which would be pretty wrong because he was like, "I didn't eat it," but gone. So apparently they found it.
Last time we talked about it, the last time we talked about it, we assumed they couldn't show us what it looked like because it probably looked like, rotten, awful mess. Right?
I didn't know they even found it. Did we talk about them finding it? I don't know.
Yeah, we did.
But yeah,
we talked about them finding it, but they didn't have a photo to go with it.
For sure. But yeah, let's see what else.
Yeah, Peanut manually removed. He wasn't going easy. So here it is. This is the moment of truth.
Looks like a mushroom.
Yeah. But you notice it doesn't look like rotten.
Yeah.
That doesn't appear rotten to me. I mean, this one looks a little less ripe, maybe.
I don't know.
That one's still pretty red.
You think that's a real... Do you think they just did that for clickbait?
Yeah. I mean, it says photo from NASA, the lost tomatoes. This is what they're claiming. So unless NASA are a bunch of liars and didn't really go to the moon...
Oh, there's theories on that.
No, they probably went. This is probably a tomato.
That's it. They found it. What else? There's two. I didn't know there.
It turns out there were actually two missing tomatoes. Yeah, that's why I said there was a little bit more to this. You were like, well, how much more is it? You just see it, right? Well,
they found the two missing tomatoes.
Yeah, and they were in a Ziploc bag, which was very important.
So the guy didn't lie. Was not lying.
He did not lie.
Yeah.
They were dehydrated and slightly squished and still have, quote, no visible microbial or fungal growth.
Huh.
Yeah, because they were actually zipped in the Ziploc and vacuum sealed or whatever, So they, in theory, could be eaten. Would you eat them?
Probably not. But if you're in space with no food, I probably would, yeah. Yeah, good on that guy. I'm glad he didn't lie.
Definitely didn't eat it. We saw it now. I think the only thing left is what they did with it.
They released it in space?
No, I think they got rid of it. The rogue tomatoes were immediately discarded, according to NASA. Oh no, this is different.
Yeah. Anyway,
Well, he was hoping somebody would find it.
Yeah, when they did, so good.
I thought they said they destroyed it, but I don't know.
Looks like it was destroyed.
Oh, okay. This is talking about that. They were immediately discarded. Yeah.
Yeah.
They look like you could, in theory, eat.
Probably best to play it safe. You don't want to get sick in space, do you?
No, you give it to a mouse.
Imagine do they have mice in space?
I don't know, but they use mice for things that they don't want a human to do.
Yeah. What else do we have today?
Let's see. CNN brings us the next one. North Korea test fires ballistic missile with potential to reach entire U.S., Japan says.
Nice knowing you guys, I guess.
Japan says.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because Japan...
Are we not watching over there?
But Japan maybe talks to them more? I don't know. They've been saying this for years, but they've been shooting a lot more recently. And, yeah, it's kind of getting... With everything going on, North Korea wants to probably get in it too. Let's hope they don't do anything dumb. Now you guys have a good system, which would probably...
actual missile?
I don't know. What does it say? No. No, it's not.
Song 18 Intercontinental ballistic missile. Well, I don't know. It doesn't say it's not. It says in this image, released by North Korea's Korean Central News Agency. This is released from North Korea, July 13th.
I'll take it from what you think it is, because it is released from North Korea, right? So.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Look at it. It looks like a amusement park thing to me.
Yeah, it looks really...
missile. Okay, Peanut would like to lay on my desk. That's what he's been saying.
So yeah, so no, I can't read this either. But North Korea launches a possible uncontrollable ballistic missile on Monday morning.
Did you say
I can't think. I couldn't think about it.
Oh, hi,
yeah. Anyway, I fucked it up. Show. Yes, because you're throwing me off. Anyway, Monday morning, in which they say that it can. Well, I'm way off here. Sorry. Can you go take it over?
Yeah, North Korea launched a possible intercontinental ballistic missile on Monday morning in what analysts said indicated the growing reliability of the reclusive state's illegal weapons program. Well, I mean, yeah, ICBMs are long range. They're super long range, so you could threaten more than just your regional...
But yeah, doesn't America have the technology to shoot it down, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
We're one of the few countries with, like, satellite defense systems too.
Yeah, North Korea apparently has them too now, but
which kind of gives you defense even in airspace you wouldn't normally have defense in.
Yeah, cool. I guess for you guys that is. Yeah. Are you worried about North Korea?
No, I'm not worried at all. Because even if we don't shoot it down, there's a bunch of people in the region that would have to shoot down because they wouldn't know if it was coming for them either.
Yeah, I guess you don't really know where it's going. You're just gonna go shoot, right? But that's the thing is, as soon as one person shoots it, do you think everyone's going to get trigger friendly?
It's not a nuke, right? Or are we assuming it's a nuke?
They would probably shoot it. Why would they just shoot a missile? They'd probably put a nuke on it.
I mean, does North Korea have nukes?
Yeah, definitely they.
What do you mean definitely?
Like, why wouldn't they have nukes?
How many do you think they have? I'm going to Google it.
Lots. 300. I don't know.
North Korea is estimated to have approximately 30 nuclear warheads and likely possesses additional fissile material that is not weaponized. Yes. There's a high degree of uncertainty surrounding North Korea's fissile material stockpile and production. So they estimate 30, but not 0. There you go, not 0.
Not 0, yeah, but...
Not 0. Also not just 1, so, like, you wouldn't be like, oh, we used our only 1.
Yeah. Again, that's
How would you know? Do they know when a missile goes up whether or not it's nuclear? How would you know? You can't get up to it with a Geiger counter.
I don't know.
They have long range Geiger counters.
You go find out where it crashed in the ocean and do tests. I don't know. There's many ways probably. Japanese authorities reported the missile flew by. So yeah, they flew by Japan apparently. Where? My screen's blocked. I'm having trouble seeing my screen today. Sorry.
Because it depends on how much radiation. So
Yeah, so the Japanese, flew right over Japan pretty much. That's what happens for about 73 minutes at an altitude of 6,000 kilometers. So where did it crash in the ocean? If it would needed to be fired at flatter, they're just saying it would be needed to be fired differently if of course. I don't know why that's in there.
What do you mean fired differently?
Well, it's like, it would be at a flatter trajectory, right? Like,
they want to make sure you're scared. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm worried. Do you hear me, Joe Biden? I'm scared.
But yeah, anything's possible. But yeah, that's what Japan's saying. But I don't know. They've been saying they're gonna do shit for years, so I don't think they ever will. But you never know. Kim Jong is pretty messed up. But
yeah, I mean, so they're saying it shows a maturing North Korean missile program. I guess.
If this is
I assume this is way behind what we can do.
Yeah, this is indeed the third successful flight test in a row. They would be a good record of viability. So yeah, they're saying that. Oh, that they don't know though. Why are they even saying that? If this is indeed, well, North Korea is likely the country has missiles test. Well, North Korea likely every country has missile tests failed. That's weird. I'm just struggling today. I guess I can't read today.
Well, yeah, I mean, even America has missile test failures.
Well, everyone has tests. Yeah, everyone
how to make it work.
Yeah, that's like whenever that's the thing. Every time Elon Musk's missile broke, like just talking about his rocket, it's like every time it blows up, he learns to make it better. Right? Like boom, now you know better.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully you learn, but I'm pretty sure they got all their smart people on it. Yeah, so I don't know why.
North Korea's got all their smart people.
Yeah. But I have nowhere else
here's
to go.
Another picture of it.
That looks like
here. Still looks silly at the top.
It looks very, very small, right? Like, but compared to what I've seen from America and stuff.
You think they could figure out where this is from using those mountain ranges in the background? Like you can see this water and like.
See,
they could figure it out.
I don't know. It'd be
it's like a super smart, like Liam Neeson. If
Liam
Neeson was in a movie.
Yeah, that I don't know. It'd be hard because North Korea would make sure that that's not possible. So maybe they, who knows, green screened it all. It's not even real.
They say it's a marginal advancement on ballistic missiles they tested earlier in the year.
Okay, so this.
I mean, 74 minutes seems like a long time, though, right?
Yeah, I guess that's a little.
Just be like waiting, I already pulled the trigger 73 minutes ago. Holy shit, it's still loading.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that is pretty crazy. But how long would it take to get to America? I wonder.
I don't know. How much further is it from Japan to America? Probably just a couple more hours, right?
I don't know.
I guess it depends on what part of America you want to hit.
Yeah. I don't think they're going for Hawaii this time. They'd be going for like the capital. But yeah, I don't have anything much more on this. It's a lot.
Yeah, I don't really either. Like, South Korea is not happy. They say it's bad. Yeah. It's reckless military provocation, they say.
Yeah, they probably would be threatening if Trump was in power still. But
look, I don't think South Korea is who a long-range intercontinental ballistic missile.
What?
You don't go intercontinental on your neighbor.
Yeah,
right? Because that's it's not across a continent. So
yeah,
like this have nothing to do with South Korea really. But
but that because but the thing is maybe why South Korea's not as worried is because if America gets mad at nukes North Korea, guess who's going? South Korea, right? Like.
Well, yeah, I mean they'll launch their missiles to South Korea, and we can't intercept those in time.
Or we'll just hit South Korea too. We'll take it all out.
Yeah, probably. Chalk and awe.
Okay. What else is
better make sure we have a strong president. Maybe not a geriatric. All right, let's talk about a different country. How you doing, France?
From CNN, 6 French teenagers convicted in connections with 2020 beheading of teacher Paty. Teacher Paty. Paty must be the teacher's name. Teacher Paty?
Yeah. So I
Oh,
guess France isn't doing very good. I guess so. It's been 3 years. They finally convicted the.
yeah.
Like, that's crazy that it takes so long for shit to happen.
6 of them too, but
6
beheading
students,
a teacher. Like, what the frig, you know?
So, a French court on Friday convicted 6 teenagers in connection with the 2020 beheading of history teacher Samuel Paty.
Whose murder shocked the damn right they did, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, they beheaded him? What the fuck?
So, okay, so the teacher's showing, apparently he was showing a picture of the Prophet Muhammad.
Caricatures of Muhammad.
Yeah. I mean, a freedom of expression. Drawings. Yeah, agreeing some Muslim parents, most Muslims avoid descriptions of the Prophet. So, so what's it saying? So it was freedom of expression and then angered some Muslim parents. Okay.
Among those on trial was so are they saying Muslim students killed him?
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with the story, even though it's from 2020. I don't know.
Yeah, so
we're gonna learn as we go here. Among those on trial was a teenage girl who allegedly told her parents that Paty had asked Muslim pupils to leave the room before showing the caricatures.
Okay, so wouldn't that be right? I don't know. Okay, if the court found her guilty of having made false accusations, charged and slanderous comments, as it was established that she was not in the class at the time. I'm kind of confused. There's lots going on about this story. So she was not in the class?
So she was found guilty of making false accusations because she wasn't actually in the class, so she couldn't have known that the teacher had asked them anything.
So she friggin' told her parents. She told her parents that her teacher showed her the picture of the Prophet. Maybe, I'm not sure. I think that's what happened.
So did she make the whole thing up? Did he not actually do it?
Maybe he did, but I don't know. Let's find out.
The other adolescents were found guilty of charges related to taking part in a premeditated criminal conspiracy and helping to prepare an ambush. Paty, 47, was killed outside of his school in a Paris suburb by an 18-year-old assailant of Chechen origin who was shot dead by police soon after the attack. God, this story is getting weirder. What do Chechens have to do with this?
Okay.
The court found those adolescents guilty of having pointed out Paty to the murderer.
This is really weird. What the heck's
So these kids hired a hitman?
That's what it seems like. An 18-year-old hitman, right? So clearly was pretty crappy what he does. You kill him, but not very good. But beheaded. So that's insane. I don't know exactly. I never even heard about this. But that's when COVID was going on, right? He was given 18 months. Yeah. So no one's being charged with his murder. They're just being charged with different crimes.
And the person who actually pulled the trigger is dead.
Yeah. Well, there is no pulling the trigger. He beheaded
Another trial in connection with Paty's killing involving adults this time is set to take place at the end of next year. Wait, which adults?
Maybe the parents. Some of the parents. Who knows?
I guess.
This is all over the place.
Because the parents probably... Well, I mean, the one girl said she told her parents. So did their parents get involved in the planning and this criminal conspiracy and helping to prepare an ambush? Those are such weird charges. Why not just accessory to murder?
Yeah.
How is this not just accessory to murder all around? I just don't quite get it. And because they're saying they're getting the heaviest one was a 6-month prison.
Yeah. What about the hate crime and all that? You know.
And he's gonna serve it at home under electronic surveillance. So he's not even, no prison sentence.
He's gonna be playing video games for 6 months.
And then 18 months suspended sentence, which I think suspended sentence means you're not doing it.
Yeah, so you just don't get in trouble. 2 years. Yeah, so you just don't get in trouble. Unreal. They're just as weak as everybody. Where's this in France? They're friggin' weak there on their punishment.
Yeah, I mean,
unreal. That's pathetic. The man died.
They got their teacher killed, and they're gonna go back to class next year.
And then you're gonna go not at that school, hopefully. But they're in a class for freedom of expression, and then they're gonna get mad for that. That's like poking a bear and getting bitten, you know? What the frig?
Yeah, and this is a history teacher, so he's
Yeah.
obviously teaching American history, which
Yeah.
freedom of expression is one of the things you teach when you're talking about American history. Our freedoms
Yeah.
are a big part of our Constitution, which is History 101.
Yeah. And yeah,
You
a
know,
lot of, I know
Now,
that's a big
obviously,
deal.
I'm not for showing a caricature of Prophet Muhammad. I think because the caricature is a cartoony joke
Yeah.
on its own, even if it's not. Like, even if it was anything
Yeah.
caricature, it would be bad.
And
Like,
no,
a
and I
caricature
get,
of a rabbi would be bad.
oh, for sure.
Any
And
rabbi.
and it is
A
a very,
caricature of a.
and it is
it's
very,
another
very
thing, I don't
offensive
know.
to Muslims, though. Muslims do take it very offensive, and if they do, we should respect that. And like, but this is also a freedom of expressions class, so you can't be in a freedom of expressions class and then get mad when someone expresses something, right? So,
Well, and also, it sounds like this girl was said false accusations. She made it sound like he asked them to leave. What if he were to ask them, "You have a you can leave. I'm about to show something that will probably offend you."
yeah, we don't know. We'll never know.
What if it was given as a choice, not a
Yeah.
"you must do" kind of thing? If
Yeah.
it was a given as a choice, isn't that better? Like, hey, this might be offensive. Trigger warning is basically what he'd be saying. Anybody who is going to be offended by a depiction of Muhammad,
Yeah.
look away. I'm going to show Muhammad. Right?
South Park got in big trouble.
I'm not looking to offend anybody. So anybody who would be offended, look away, because those of us who were not offended, I'm trying to speak to you about.
South Park did an episode that was before, right? And they pretty much took it for real life because they did an episode on what really happened to them.
They ended up not showing it. They ended up not showing him
because they were getting they were going to show him, and then they had actually at the last moment having a different changing because they're like, oh nope,
they put him in like a bear outfit or something.
Yeah, because they were probably going to get murdered. That was gonna happen. Yeah, it's super sad.
I think it's America. They should have done it. They should have shown it. It's America.
It is America. But yeah, it's not worth your life, I guess.
No. Well, I don't think it was necessarily just their lives. It was their families and the workers on the show's families.
Yeah, anybody,
a lot of more than just Matt Parker and Trey Stone's lives, I think, were taken into the calculus, if that helps. They were probably all getting death threats because of it. Because, I think the religion with the most people is the Mohammed one, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Look, I'm not a religious person, so I'm trying to say that the least offensive way I can.
So
the people who worship this guy are the most number of people, right?
I believe you're correct. Islam is one of the highest.
Because I think it's like Islam, or do they say Islam or Muslim? Is that the same?
I think it's it's ignorance on my
or
end.
Or Islam a type of Muslim, and Muslim is more.
Yeah. Again, it's ignorance on my end. I don't know. I don't know enough about it.
Yeah, admitted ignorance on both of our ends.
Hey,
but I think they have a bunch of people in the world. So
thanks for the sub again. I appreciate that.
I think that's all I've got.
That's all I got. Super sad.
I started by asking how France is doing. Not well.
Slaps on the wrist. Nothing else.
Yeah, that is just not a way to handle what happened there. I disagree with their punishments. And I still don't know if we really know enough about the story, but what we heard, that's too light. All right, next up, Forbes. With more than, this is sort of a follow-up. With more than 6,000 residents still living in hotels on Maui, governor threatens to halt all short-term rentals in January.
So,
okay.
We did talk about this, did we not?
Yeah, and I thought last time we talked about it, they were trying to get some of these short-term things converted into long-term things because that's what they needed.
Yeah.
For the people who are literally camping on a beach still.
Yeah, so it turns out, I guess that's not happening.
So, yeah, it sounds like... not necessarily on the beach. Some are in hotels as well. But, these rentals are out there. They just need them to be turned into long-term rentals and stuff.
So that's a devastation. That. I know we looked at this before, but it's unreal.
It is. It's just
everything is just gone. Just gone.
It's devastation. And so they're still trying to pick up the pieces, and it's like the governor's like, no.
Yeah, the governor.
Hawaii Governor Josh Green said he is ready to quote drop the hammer, or go quote nuclear. Did he actually say those things on short-term housing rentals on Maui? What a weird way to word it.
Is he going to help him out finally then, or is that what this means?
I don't know. Green laid out his disappointment with the lack of available and affordable housing for displaced residents who lost homes in the August line of wildfires and said he may declare a moratorium on all short-term rentals on Maui in January if these housing needs are not met.
Okay,
So
that's
wait, am I misunderstanding this?
so. It looks like he's actually going to help him out.
So when he moratoriums these short-term rentals, that is turning them into available homes to these people? Is that what's
Yeah, I
happening?
think he's actually trying to help him out. I could
Officials
be wrong.
believe housing them in units currently being used as short-term rentals is the answer. Okay, this makes it more clear. That sentence right there.
Okay, so we had it backwards, and we were backwards, I think.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
so, but it's not my fault. They used the word threaten.
Yeah. Yeah.
Threaten?
Okay. Yeah.
You're gonna threaten me with a good time.
So he's trying to make it that. I'm kind of confused by this. But...
So late last month, both Governor Green and Maui Mayor Richard Bisson proposed incentivizing the owners of Maui's 12,000 short-term rentals with tax breaks if they convert them into long-term housing for locals. Some of the proposed tax breaks were subsequently approved by the city council via 2 bills earlier this month.
Did you remain?
So some owners have been open to the idea. Hey, Jermaine. So some owners have been open to the idea of converting their units and accepting the tax breaks. Others have said, nah, they don't want to be told what to do with them.
Oh,
All right.
well,
So what does this moratorium do then?
I'm not sure.
All right. So angered and visibly disappointed in the ones not wanting to do it, Green said that he is willing to drop the hammer or completely shut down the short-term rental industry in January if 3,000 units don't volunteer to participate. Okay.
Okay, so
That's what he means. They're not complying, so he's like, then you guys can't work here no more. How's that gonna work?
okay, so what? So is he just trying to like take over then? Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Beautiful Blue in chat says it's not the responsibility of the citizens to do the government's job, and that's a good point. That's kind of what they're trying to say here. These short-term rental owners are not government entities. These are just private people or companies who own these housing units. But so.
But then the government should be giving them enough money so they can pay for it. Then that's the thing though. They're probably not giving them enough money, so it's better for them to not help them out. Rent too.
But they can't just the government can't just give money to the people who need housing because this is short-term housing. They still apparently can't use it. I don't understand that.
Beautiful Blue
Can't
says,
you just say like, can you just like keep renting month after month?
Yeah,
or do they kick you out in these short-term?
Beautiful Blue says that they want to keep these people out of the hotels. The government makes huge bucks from it. That's true, right? It is true. They make lot more money out of the because then they get the traveling. They're all there. They still have traveling going on there. They still want to make money, right?
Yeah, I mean that's true because the hotel's typically going to be your tourists versus I don't know. These short-term rentals are still like your Airbnb type thing, so it's still sort of touristy, but maybe in a I don't know different way.
And we all got cats that are messing with
This
us.
This would be a good topic for Hamoda to help us on since he's in a big tourist town. He could help think through like what is this? It is the government's trying to make these private companies and people do the work, but what I want to know is there even another option? So we've got short-term units, hotels. Is there anything else? Or is that the only two things we've got in town?
Get it cleaned up and just rebuild quick. Like I don't know, they could be working on it hard. They could do it. Enough people around. Lots of they can do.
Let's see. So this is the green here. I'm sure we will face litigation. Yeah, definitely. But I will do it if we don't get 3,000 units for our people who have been living in hotels. It's not civilized to make people wait to get housing after they've lost their home to a fire. That may be viewed as fairly controversial, not from the perspective of someone who's got a family of 5 or 6 people and they've been living in a hotel room. They need to be helped, so I'll do that if necessary.
Okay, so but why can't then why do I'm just confused because they should be giving people enough money so the homeowners can pay their bills and still rent it to the people. Like they should get enough rent from that. I don't know what the solution is. Not very fair to take it from people because they deserve to make money, but it is true people shouldn't be staying in hotels.
Well, I mean, I don't really see a difference either way. I mean, the hotel is also a private company making money.
Yeah, well, are they private? They're probably funded somehow by the government.
It's a hotel company.
Yeah, I don't know. They probably have some deal.
Do you think the Marriott or the Sheraton?
But taxes don't get taxes too.
Well,
though.
yeah, the government subsidizes every freaking industry. That doesn't make it a government thing. Yeah. We don't have government hotel housing. That's
no, but yeah, it's
not a thing America has. Our government doesn't run hotels. They may give money to companies and corporations that include hotels, but that's not the same as running them. So having resentful landlords who are forced to rent to locals is the answer. No, it sounds like there's no good answer.
There's no good answer. Now, that's the thing though. They should be able to offer the landlords enough money so they don't have to worry who they worry about making that dollar. Not even about making the dollar, just paying the bills to get by, right?
Well, yeah. What I don't understand, the only thing that's really throwing me off is why these are specified as short term. Why does that fucking matter? Yeah. If you're a landlord, what is your reason for not wanting to do long term?
Kids, you can probably do like say short term. You can do it for bi-weekly months. You can rent it for $2,000 a week, get $4,000, and then get someone to clean it, and get someone else to come in and pay that much, right? So now, other than getting $4,000 a month, you get $8,000. Maybe that's why.
Well, yeah, and that's what I kind of need to understand. Is there a direct financial incentive? They make more money for him being short term.
It is Airbnb. I mean, it is because of Airbnb. Airbnb is a horrible thing, right? Like it has screwed up.
So just looking at this pragmatically, if the only place we can house these people are these two things, the preferable ones, the ones that's an actual home, and if the only thing that's holding up these people is they might not make as much money, then the government gives them money.
Yeah. They can give money to friggin' Ukraine and Israel, solution. Billions and billions, but yet they can't give.
I mean, isn't the government already currently giving the hotel money to house these people?
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Right? So that's why the hotels aren't bitching. But that's exactly why the hotels aren't bitching.
But this sounds like they want to like drop the hammer and force people to do something like raise your offer.
Yeah. So it's just like the government doesn't want to help. They don't really care.
Like just. Are you not offering enough? Raise your offer.
The federal government and the state government should both be doing something more stuff there. And then how is he going to force people? He's going to force them? Like, is that legal? Not a time of crisis anymore. Like, in a time of crisis, I think you're allowed to, but this isn't a time of crisis.
Well, you can declare a state of emergency.
Yeah, because you don't really own anything anyway.
No, if they want to, they can declare a state of emergency right now.
Everybody thinks
they've got 6,000 people displaced. That's an emergency.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
it's an ongoing emergency.
Everybody thinks you own your house.
Still lit.
It's just a piece of paper.
The humanitarian crisis is the displaced people, and they're still displaced today, which is kind of crazy how long it's been. Like I feel like the real answer would have been like ASAP getting builders making houses. Yeah.
They could have.
We don't do that.
There's thousands of unemployed people in the States right now who would love to hop on a plane and go work, but no, they're not. Like
I guess chat's saying Airbnb is the thing, and that's more money. They make more money off that, right? So the government's offer needs to match what that would be, right?
Yeah.
And somebody can crunch those numbers, but also there needs to be a longer term plan.
Yeah, I get it. But they don't want to build houses there. They want to build resorts. They want to build hotels.
I mean, but these people had houses, so
but that's why they're trying to pay them all off, right?
Well, I mean, they are paying them money and putting them up in temporary housing, but like, what happens when those things shut off?
Yes, because they're trying, and then the government offer like, hey, move out of the country, out of the province, the state, or you move to the town over, right? But I'm pretty sure, like people, like investors want to buy that land, and they're gonna do a lot to get that land.
Well, yeah, and that's gonna be the really gross part when people come in to try to land grab from these people who are gonna
And
be
they
in a
already
desperate
have.
situation.
They already have been doing
It's already
it.
happening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've been doing. They did it day one. Within 2 days, I heard they were doing it, calling people like, "Hey, yeah, your house burnt down. You don't know where your kids are, but want to sell? People pay cash." But
Oh, and another fun part about this, so Green announced the families of loved ones lost in the fire could be eligible to receive the $1.5 million payout in February as damages. So that's the the paying them off thing you're talking about. But here's the
1.5
catch.
each, or is it one for the whole thing?
That's a good question. I don't know. 1.5 million
Because that's like,
divided up seems too low.
because
So
that's a,
each.
yeah, because that'd be not even $100,000 a piece, probably. No, $10,000 a piece, because 100 people died, didn't they? Roughly,
Yeah,
right?
I don't remember the numbers, but this would have to be per because there's just no way that's divided up by 100 or more. But also, by accepting this payout, families would waive part of their ability to sue entities responsible for the fire. Huh?
What a dirty, dirty thing.
Because there's a big question mark on what Hawaii Electric did or didn't do,
And what the warning signs
during
were,
and after.
and what the government did, and the siren, like a whole bunch of things. Huh. Wow, that's pretty dirty. Kind of like, yeah, they twist your arm. That's what they're doing. They're not really giving them a choice. They're like, hey.
So Jermaine says most short-term rentals occupied levels are lower and even empty for months, so most of them are going bankrupt. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. I haven't really looked at Airbnb numbers, but I assume that industry's pretty shitty. So
Yeah,
it could have dry spells.
Yeah, until they don't, until it's a busy time in your city or something. I've only been to two Airbnbs in my life. They're
I've
pretty
never
cool.
been to one.
Um,
It's just like staying at someone's house.
oh, Jay's got a passive Fortnite.
Got a passive Fortnite. Nice.
That means that you don't shoot or kill anybody in the game of Fortnite. You just try to get first place. It's pretty tough. But yeah. Back to the story here.
Oh, that was the end of the article.
Yeah, that's it. So, that's pretty dirty. We're definitely gonna have more on Hawaii. We've talked about it quite a bit.
Building to find solutions. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not seeing a great solution here.
Yeah.
That's like, because even if you did what I said and do the pragmatic thing, put these people in the houses and give money to the people with the houses, that's not a long-term solution unless you've also given the house to these people. Yeah.
But
and
why?
I don't think that's.
So are they? But then let's sign a year lease. Let's sign a year lease with all of them. Like.
So what happens at the end of the year? You're just on your own to have figured out a house between then and now?
Like, I'm talking like, well, it depends if they live there. Like, talking about the short term. If they're trying to he's trying to turn them in short term. Like that's like, it should be a year. Like, there should be no longer. Like, no, like they don't have the homes built. Where are they gonna go? Right? Like I don't know. I'm trying to say, Ashley. Like I do, but
like housing them doesn't matter if you're not at the same time rebuilding something.
Yes, that's what I mean.
For them to actually go back.
That's what I mean, though. Like, yeah, house them for a year and start rebuilding
houses if nobody's building houses.
But the houses are going to be too expensive. Lumber's gone up. Everything's gone up.
Build houses. Yeah. What the hell is going on? You should be telling me how many you've built so far, Mayor Blisson, Governor Green. How many have you rebuilt?
Yeah, none.
I'm guessing 0.
I'd say 0,
which is what should piss off everybody. Like, what do we pay? Why do we have a government if not to help
govern
these situations?
Yeah, but yeah,
but also, I'm assuming these people had insurance and shit, right?
Yeah. But yeah,
I don't know how all that works, but you still got to get people into. Look, this needs rebuilt.
Yeah, it does. It's horrible.
I'm not even sure what here is the short-term rentals, if we're even seeing that in this photo. Are we?
Probably not. That's all burned. That's all crisp.
An aerial image of Lahaina Harbor. Okay. I mean, most of this doesn't look. I don't know. I can't tell. But yep, I don't have an answer. They don't have an answer, and it looks like it's just gonna suck.
Yeah. We'll do a follow-up. More. Don't worry.
Jermaine says time to confiscate land.
They already planned.
That's communism. And the government starts taking stuff. That's communism. Anyways, let's switch gears completely. Shall we?
I
CNN
don't even know who this
Entertainment.
guy is.
Jury finds Jonathan Majors guilty of assault and harassment. Okay, so you don't know who he is because you haven't been watching superhero stuff,
No,
right?
I never. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the superhero movies.
I think most people. He's not really in the movies. Interestingly enough, he's in the shows, the series.
Okay, all right, same thing though. But yeah, okay.
Yeah. I think maybe he was in a movie though too.
So when he's guilty for assault and harassment.
But yeah, that's why you haven't heard of him. But our audience has probably heard of him. He's Kang, the Conqueror from Loki.
Okay. I haven't watched
Loki
Loki yet.
series.
One day maybe.
And they just put out season 2 this year, so we got to finally finish that. It kind of ended the story. It's a 2-season. The story's done. There's not a season 3 kind of thing. Kind of wrapped it up nicely.
Well, maybe I'll watch it then if there's only 2 seasons. But yeah. So why?
But it's a good 2 seasons. It didn't live long enough to become bad.
Yeah. Who did he assault and harass?
That's a good question because I hadn't heard anything about this, and I thought he was a great actor. I mean, his character was interesting, and I was looking forward to seeing what they were going to do with him. I don't want to give too much away since you said you might watch it.
Yeah, okay.
He's a linchpin to storylines. So a New York jury on Monday found actor Jonathan Majors guilty of assault and harassment of his former girlfriend during a domestic dispute. Oh, he was also in Creed 3.
There.
I was convicted on Monday of one count of reckless assault in the 3rd degree and a non-criminal charge of harassment as a violation. Oh, that's kind of
non-criminal charge of harassment. He's acquitted on the assault charge.
Is it a crime or not?
He was acquitted on 2 other charges.
Another assault charge and 1 count of aggravated harassment. So they got him on the lower charge of harassment. See, this is the thing I was talking about, where they stack charges to make sure they get stuff.
Yeah, they're gonna get you.
They stacked 2 different harassment ones and 2 different assault ones to make sure to get one.
And then that counts as a win for them, no matter what.
So it's always suspicious when I don't see that stacking on other stories, when they're like not stacking charges. Like, why you're doing that in a way that this person could walk with nothing?
Yeah.
This person, Majors,
you killed 7 people.
There's no way he was gonna walk with nothing. Well, he didn't murder.
Yeah, no, I'm just talking about. Yeah, that's it. But then they get like, attempted or accidental death or something. Yeah.
So Majors left the courthouse without commenting at all. So I guess we don't have any of his take. What is the sentencing? Like, how is he? Is he gonna go to jail?
I don't know how it works in the States.
I don't know, but one thing's for sure.
Harassment, yeah.
Shortly after news of the verdict, a source with knowledge of the matter told CNN that Marvel Studios would not be moving forward on any future projects with Majors, who was set to star as the villainous Kang in the upcoming Avengers: The Kang Dynasty. Yeah, that was their next title.
Okay, not that I agree with what he did, but there's that one guy from The Flash who had some pretty big issues with him and a child.
And,
yeah, and they still keep Ezra something. I don't know.
Ezra, whatever. I thought they got rid of him.
No, but they finished the movie. I don't know. I think he still was Flash. Like, I could be wrong, but like if they kept him and fired him for this, that is fucked. I don't agree with any assault, but that guy was grooming and doing he was doing things to a child.
Yeah, I thought they got rid of Ezra Miller though.
Are you a communist? Find out next time when Jermaine's on our show. No, I'm kidding. No, Jermaine said
apparently in August 2022, Ezra Miller was accused of a burglary.
Burglary too, yeah, that does it. But I don't care about that, which is kind of weird anyway.
Oh, he pleaded not guilty to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was probably found guilty though.
But
that's DC's side of the house, that doesn't count anyways.
Okay. But yeah, whatever. Still okay.
Oh, apparently, yeah, he was at the Flash premiere. So yeah, no, you're maybe right. He'll be out there.
Yeah. So,
but I mean,
molested child, me.
So yeah, maybe this is no biggie, but
yeah.
I mean, Marvel says they're doing something.
Yeah. Well, okay, not like
Disney.
Yeah.
DC's not owned by Disney though, is it?
No, Marvel. Marvel's not. Marvel is owned by Disney. Yes.
But who owns DC?
DC. I don't know. Warner Brothers.
Yeah, Warner Brothers. So, I mean, that's gonna be a difference in their how they handle it.
Yeah, well, they should all be doing the same. I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything else on that. But yeah, okay. He got charged. His work again. There was
a jury
and
deliberated
not that there's Not that there's assaults everywhere, but there's a context. Did they get in a fight and he just was more aggressive and got charged for it? Right? Like,
Well, that's why we have a jury
yeah,
that hears it all and deliberates for as long as they need to
yeah,
measure if beyond a reasonable doubt if, you know, all
yeah.
the things for the given statute have been met. During closing arguments last week, prosecutors alleged, and so this is just the prosecutor's take, alleged that Majors didn't hesitate to use physical violence against Jabari when he grabbed Jabari's right hand, twisted her arm behind her back, and then struck a blow to her head.
Okay. Well,
Major's attorney reiterated his innocence during her closing argument, calling the accusations against him fake and alleging that Jabari was the aggressor in their argument. Majors did not testify during the trial, but he was present in the courtroom for the duration.
she said he'll be charged. I don't know if to go to jail or not, but he's out of a job. Does he? I don't know. I don't know how that
So,
works.
according to the New York Times, Jabari testified on December 5th that Majors assaulted her in the backseat of a car during the March dispute, which prosecutors said happened after Jabari saw a romantic text message on his phone from someone else.
Okay, I don't know. So she saw a text on his phone and he hit her.
Well, it depends on whose take you're taking.
I don't know, but that's like
Major's attorney said that the accusations against him were fake and that Jabari was the aggressor.
Yeah,
so
he said
from
she
his
said,
perspective, yeah, they're both saying the other was the aggressor. So
yeah.
did we look at injuries during the trials? I mean, how did I like you? I want to like know that they were sure.
Yeah.
How were they so sure?
15 days in jail. He's also faces maximum of 15 days in jail and $250 fine. Oh no! I hope he can get it. So.
Avengers: Kang Dynasty was to release in 2026.
He missed out on 2 movies.
Yeah, starring vehicle. He was also set to star in Avengers: Secret Wars.
Oh, that's more movies I don't have to see at least. Not that I was going to, but
yeah.
He's. Yeah, I found a few Avengers good. I just never was a big fan. I can never get into them. It just came out so fast, like, right?
Yeah, they started. Somebody like put together how many hours of content it went from like at the beginning to the where it is in this year. It was just insane. They went from making like 10 years or 10 hours of content to making like 1,000 hours of content.
Yeah,
it just became too much.
Well, yeah, on February 6th, we'll let you know. We'll talk about it then.
But it's a maximum of 15 days.
Yeah, so it's not.
I'm gonna guess.
You won't even get time. You won't get Zio. You'll get time served.
Wait, this says it could face up to a year in prison. Oh, okay. So
never mind. 15 days for the
15 days is just the harassment. Okay, yeah. So it's up to a year.
I still highly doubt he'll face any time, but
you think they'll commute the sentence or whatever, or what do they call it?
Stack it.
Stack it.
Yeah,
they'll find some way because they just seem to. Anytime you're famous, you just don't get the same treatment. It's a different treatment. So we'll see. We shall see. Speaking of famous and not the same treatment.
Oh, this clown.
Kotaku says Mark Zuckerberg's $100 million bunker sounds right out of a video game. Facebook founder and metaverse champion is building an apocalyptic bunker.
Well, I guess if you have the money, what's the point of not building a bunker, right? Like,
but if they're building a bunker, doesn't that mean something's about to happen?
Probably. But
right?
But if it was, he wouldn't be telling us that he's building a bunker. But see, he wouldn't be telling us he was building a bunker.
But what if he couldn't do it without somebody telling? So he's like, well, I might as well. I'm still gonna do it. Like nobody else is rich enough to do it, so I'm still gonna do it.
I don't know.
Do we know where? Is he gonna disclose the location? I don't want to dox him, but where's it at?
I know.
Where's your bunker?
Mark Zuckerberg's worth over $100 billion. What does the world's sixth richest person do with all that money? Besides lighting lots of fires?
Lighting lots of it on fire to try to bring a Ready Player One style metaverse to life.
Yeah, I can't. I can't.
They're making fun of his stupid thing, but
yeah. So
bad joke.
The cross between BioShock and Fallout.
Okay, all right.
He made a massive complex underground. Where though? Does it say?
So it's on the Hawaiian island of Kauai.
Oh, in Hawaii again. Here, weird.
Yeah. It's a 1,400-acre compound with 2 mansions whose combined footprint is roughly the size of a football field. A network of 11 disc-shaped tree houses is planned nearby, while a separate facility will house a gym, pool, tennis court, and other luxuries. And then, of course, underneath is a 5,000 square feet underground shelter connected to the mansions via a tunnel, complete with a blast door. The door in the underground shelter will be constructed out of metal and filled in with concrete, style common in bunkers and bomb shelters. The compound also sports elevators, soundproof walls, secret entrances, and its own water tanks.
I'm just okay. So he's just like the sketchy, huh?
It's quite elaborate.
That is okay. So it's in Hawaii, which is gonna be a pretty safe place anyway.
Well, it depends. Safe from what?
Well, like if the world went to shit, you can probably survive on that island pretty good, because they have been for thousands of years.
What to shit in which way though?
Like I don't know.
If we're talking about rising sea levels, they're absolutely fucked.
Oh yeah, but I don't think
so. That's why it matters. Like in what ways? Like
I'm not like depend. Okay, zombie apocalypse. Let's say, as long as they don't get the zombie on there, it's fair. They'll be fine.
I mean, you already had an advantage being on an island, because once you've killed all the zombies, there's actually a number of zombies you could kill, and theoretically more aren't going to show up.
Okay, so apparently, I don't know how, but apparently where it is, it's 1,598 meters above sea level.
Where his thing is?
Yeah, the town of that. Yeah,
so they've selected that probably with that in mind.
Because yeah, that's pretty high, isn't it?
I have no idea.
But
metric.
Yeah.
You gotta give me that in yards.
Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna do that for you. Too bad. But yeah. Okay. I'm not a big fan of Zuckerberg, but only because he is.
But to be able to do an underground bunker, you have to be somewhat above sea level.
Yeah, right? For sure.
To dig down, however deep this thing is.
Yeah. And long, that's crazy. Maybe he does know something we don't know. Keep an eye out. I don't know. Like I'm screwed either way. Like I don't know. I live in a main big city. Probably get screwed over pretty quick here.
So they don't have a picture of it, but I guess eventually we'll be able to see what his island mansion bunker is.
If he shows it, like I'm surprised they even let it out.
True.
Like, why would they even do this, right?
Well, Brandy Hoffine-Barr, Zuckerberg's spokesperson, decided to let everyone know.
Look at they wrote NDAs.
The wife and kids are going to treat Kalau Ranch as their home.
Look, but apparently the locals had to sign NDAs.
Oh yeah. There's a bunch of people who got hurt, but they can't talk about that legally speaking.
All right, well, cool.
Look,
Zuckerberg.
Don't worry about it. Zuckerberg is smart. He wouldn't hurt people if he could help it, probably. Or he'd just pay to get away with it.
He would.
Oh, that's what he did. He just paid to get away with it.
Yeah, here you go. Boom.
Here's a check. Sign this thing.
Yeah, you can't sue me now. But...
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't ever talk about it, so that includes suing. But yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, no more on Zuckerberg, I don't think.
This sounds about right, though. I just wondered your opinion on, like, does this mean, like, something imminent?
I don't think so. I think he just...
Or is the imminent thing, like, about the time the bunker would be complete? Because, like, if somebody's going to have inside information, it's going to be the rich people.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be Jermaine.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, sorry, Jermaine. I don't think like I maybe they just won't tell Elon because I'm pretty sure Elon. Maybe that's why Elon wants to go to Mars.
Does Elon have a bunker?
He's going to Mars.
He wants to leave the planet, maybe.
So yeah, maybe they are onto something. You know, like
does Elon have a bunker? The Cyber House is a unique project, an ultra durable bunker house. It's an architectural concept that interprets Elon Musk's concept. What?
I don't know.
Inside Elon Musk's $900 million cyber house bunker. Yes, he does. He spent $900 million on him.
Yeah, there you go. Take that, Mark.
Zuck.
Yeah,
get $100 million. Look, making a family home. Dumb.
Alrighty.
You should do what Elon Musk did and make whatever the hell that thing I just said was.
Cyber home.
Cyber, whatever home. What does that mean? It probably doesn't mean what you think it means. Cybertruck wasn't very cool.
Probably just got lots of Tesla.
All right.
Okay, so I just got something from Al Jazeera. Al Jazeera, I always say that wrong. The Vatican approves blessing for same-sex couples under certain conditions. So not everybody, just under certain conditions, I guess.
All right.
Like
I guess kind of coming around. Although I thought we already.
Yeah, I don't know. I
we
think
already came around.
I think
on
marriages.
That,
I'm not a big fan of marriage. I don't like it. Like, marriage is a religious thing. Like, marriage is a religious thing. Most people who get married these days are not even blessing, right? Like, if
blessings
you like,
are definitely a religious thing. So.
I'm not gonna tell who cares who you're getting married to if you want to do that. But I personally just get married. But who really needs to have a piece of paper from the government saying you're married? I personally think that's just my opinion.
If it weren't for the tax implications that exist.
Okay, yeah, maybe, yeah.
With you. Or the adoption implications.
I guess maybe, yeah. But
or the
and I'm not just saying about same-sex couples. I'm just saying in general too. Like, I think marriage is
or the being able to not being held to testify against your loved one.
That doesn't.
Your spouse.
That's America, not in Canada. So.
Right. I'm just listing even more reasons why marriage is important. Like, it's not just a piece of paper in America; it's all these other things.
So yeah, if you're
that matter
into crime,
in a very tangible
and
way.
you know you're gonna have to rat on your partner, get married.
If it weren't tied to all those tangible things, I would agree, get rid of it. But it's got all those other things tied into it. That a lot of those are actually social safety nets at this point. So marriage is a net positive, I have to admit. As a non-religious person, I have to admit it.
Okay. So what else? So I guess what are the
what are these conditions? Because why are you picking and choosing the blessing? If you're doing a blessing, aren't the bigots gonna not care? Bigots don't tend to nitpick. They kind of don't nitpick. That's the point. They paint with a broad brush. So what's with the conditions? I gotta know.
Special conditions.
What conditions apply? What's the small text, Pope?
The Vatican has approved a landmark ruling to all Roman Catholic priests to administer blessings to same-sex couples as long as they are not part of a regular church rituals. Okay, they have to be Catholic, I guess, right?
I think you have to finish the sentence. The way you ended that.
Yeah, sorry,
they're not saying not be a part of church. They're saying they are not part of regular church rituals or liturgies, nor given in context related to civil unions or weddings.
I don't get what that means.
So regular church rituals would be your normal Sunday, whatever they call it.
Oh, so you can't be a Catholic.
So it's got to be outside of your normal fucking. What do they say when the guy's up there postulating? They got to work for sermoning. Can't be during your sermons.
Okay. So.
Postulate. Liturgies, I think that's the same thing. Nor given in context related to civil unions or weddings. So again, they're saying, no, you can't do weddings. You can't do that. The Vatican says no.
Okay, so
you got to do it between normal church times, and definitely not as part of a wedding. So if they bump, beautiful Blue just said it. Essentially, if they bump into someone on the street. I mean, that's the way I'm reading it.
They bump
don't do it when anyone who could see it would see it.
Because that makes no sense. It's like another. It's like, okay, I get it.
It's kind of like don't ask, don't tell kind of.
Yeah, exactly. Don't ask,
do
don't
the blessings,
right?
but don't do it don't be in our face about it. It's also kind of like, huh?
But honestly, shouldn't everything be like that? I guess maybe not, but
I don't really.
You can have
how much effort is there with blessings? Isn't it just they go bless you and then maybe draw a cross on their forehead? You know what I mean? They dot themselves all over the place and that makes a cross with the dots.
Yes, I know that.
You know the thing.
They got the I know.
Look, from an outsider perspective, it's somebody touching their face in 4 spots, and I'm supposed to know that's what that meant. I do, but if aliens see you doing that, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck?" In nomine what?
So
document from Vatican's doctrinal office.
So marry them, but just don't tell anybody. Okay.
It would not legitimize irregular situations, but be a sign that God welcomes all. Huh?
So yeah, God welcomes all. So you have to secretly get married in the back corner. You know?
Blessings, gay one. It doesn't mean anything though. You're not really blessed.
Yeah. Just a joke. Just kidding.
Just a joke, but we can do joke blessings now. The Pope says. Well, in the context of a joke, that'd be fine. According to above, a joke is not in the other context.
Yeah. Well,
That's stupid.
Yeah, so
it said priests should decide on a case-by-case basis and, quote, should not prevent or prohibit the church's closeness to people in every situation in which they might seek God's help through a simple blessing.
I don't know. Okay, so get married, but just but yeah, don't ask, don't tell. That's exactly it.
The blessing should never be imparted in concurrence with the ceremonies of a civil union, and not even in connection with them. God forbid. Damn it, Pope. Do better.
Yeah. So why even bother? This is pointless. This is really pointless. I'm not gonna. And the way I look at it is like if by chance there's two gay Catholic people, just go somewhere else and get married. You can become an ordained
you can find a Catholic church that'll marry you.
Yeah, and you can become an ordained. Your buddy can become an ordained for $50 online. Maybe a little bit more than that.
Like all the Christian denominations, there's churches that'll marry you these days.
Yeah,
for almost all of them.
You can literally
because they say they don't actually listen to the Pope because you don't have to. He has no authority.
Yeah. But yeah,
he's just an old man with a stick.
Yeah, and he's gonna die soon. So.
Now, fortunately, they do tell us what these are. Ultimately, a blessing offers people a means to increase their trust in God. Whew. I thought it was something important.
To some people, that's very important. So,
the request for a blessing thus expresses and nurtures openness to the transcendence, mercy, and closeness to God in 1,000 concrete circumstances of life, which is no small thing in the world in which we live.
No, like if something that's gonna help.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, to you.
Yeah, it's a dude saying "bless you." It's a dude saying "I hope."
And I agree.
Like,
I personally agree.
Easier,
but some other people don't. Some people believe that that's.
I wish you well. They're still basically picking and choosing who they can wish well.
Yeah,
it's weird.
And that is kind of dumb. It's like who gives them the
Satanic church will man them. Man them?
Mary, yeah.
Is that what you call it?
Man them.
Mary. Man. You're now manned.
You're now a man.
Manned.
Manned.
You've both been manned.
Okay. We're gonna get canceled. But yeah.
Probably will.
So yeah. So that's just kind of bless. God cannot bless sin. So 2 men or 2 women. So yeah, it's and it goes into some
irregular unions.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, good. Like let people do. Like I'm not a fan of marriage, but anyone should be able to get married if they want to get married. Let them get married. Who gives a shit, right? Like they love each other. Let them do it. That's a thing. And go on.
Yeah, I'm of the opinion that in my country they've tied too much of it to the legal world to let religion decide. So nope, you don't get to decide anymore. Sorry.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
It's too tied up in the other stuff. It's over. Everyone can marry.
Yeah.
Fuck off. You shouldn't have tied tax breaks to it, motherfucker.
Yeah. So.
You know. Because churches and taxes and that whole thing.
Yeah, they don't want to pay tax.
Separate now. Leave room for the Holy Ghost.
Yeah.
I've been told. You just haven't met the right person.
I'm gonna come up with the church of the borderline banter, you know.
Can't have heaven without hell.
Yeah.
I guess. Or can you? Aren't there some religions that don't have a hell?
Yeah. Well, let's not get into that.
No. What religion?
Judaism. I don't believe they believe in hell, but they don't believe in heaven either. Or they do believe in
Islam. It is commonly thought that no, this is not. They have both. Okay.
Judaism, I believe.
Oh, this thing, Islam and most Christian sects are the ones that do believe in hell.
Yeah.
And most others don't. I'm gonna have to dig into this rabbit hole. That seems maybe true, but I don't know.
Sunday was yesterday, so.
So I'm not sure about that. You have to have a hell heaven thing because Google says maybe not.
Man them, they will.
Man them.
Okay, so I think we get a few more stories
It's also
here.
kind of like when you're like the person at the steering wheel. You're like manning the ship.
Manning
Man
the.
them.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just thought of that. All right, we've still got 2 more stories to go to here.
Nice.
I don't recognize this source. The Post Millennial.
Yeah.
Where'd you find this one? Is this Canadian?
No, the post millennials a big. It's in the States. It's just I guess I'd say independent news, but yeah. But yeah,
breaking news.
Yeah, Blaze journalist who covered January 6th to be charged by Biden's DOJ. Charges have not been laid
told
yet.
to surrender to authorities on Tuesday and has not yet been made aware of the charges. Well, okay, that's gonna be my first question: is what are the charges?
So yeah, a lot of journalists actually have been arrested over that, which is because they were there being journalists, which they're allowed to be. And some of them didn't even go in the building and been arrested.
That's why it's a question of what the charges are.
Yeah. So, but I know other journalists but yeah, we'll go down a little bit and see what else they say.
Also, how do you decide somebody's a journalist? What is your measurement of journalist?
Well, okay, in theory we can call ourselves journalists, but
right, that's
you still need but it's a long story, but you have to, I don't know, don't you get a certificate or something for that? I'm pretty sure.
I haven't gotten mine yet. Have you got yours? We cover news and have been doing so for months.
And let's go look into it.
What is the measurement for journalists?
I'm not sure, but
thrown out like journalists have this and that. Like, what do you mean? Like, show your credentials. What credentials?
Yeah, okay, you have to have credentials. Is that okay? Well, I don't know.
Now, for this guy, obviously, he's a person who works for a media place called The Blaze.
Yeah,
that would be, pretty black and white. No matter your measurement of journalist, if you work for a media company that's doing news, you're a journalist.
Yeah,
but that's
and The Blaze is more of a
a journalist.
More right-sided, but
being a journalist doesn't mean you get to do break laws. So if this guy broke laws and has charges for that, that's totally fair.
Let's see what they are. Let's see what they say. There's no charges, but there's some stuff down below. There's more to the story, right? So,
well, until we have the charges, probably not.
Yeah. But I did pre-read this. It does talk about some other journalists that have been arrested, right?
So Steve Baker is the guy's name.
Yeah.
He's been notified by the FBI that he is going to be charged by Biden's DOJ for his work covering the protest and riot at the Capitol building. He was told to surrender to authorities on Tuesday and has not yet been made aware of the charges.
There's his tweet.
Tomorrow is Tuesday, so we will follow this on Wednesday because the charges are very important here. And I mean, they've sent him a notice saying, "Hey, we're going to come get you." So they're doing it the I don't want to say quiet way. They're doing it
he's surrendering. He's going to turn himself in.
The not violent way. I don't know the way to say that, but they're going to try to take him peacefully.
Yeah,
that's why
they asked him to surrender.
Okay, and I think he probably will because he's a journalist.
So you have to scroll down a little bit more.
So this is his tweet. Breaking: my attorney has just been notified by FBI that I'm going to be charged by the Justice Department for my journalistic efforts on Jan 6th. I have to self-surrender on Tuesday. Charges are yet unknown. Stay tuned for more information to follow this afternoon. Okay. So he said that he entered the Capitol on that day, quote, like about 60 other journalists, but did no damage or parading or violence.
Okay. So
that's true. I'd love to see what charges they came up with.
Yeah, because as and many one side they're waving again. Who still knows what side he was on? Was he on the side they were screaming and breaking things, or was he on the side where they were just protesting? Right?
I mean, was he one of them that got inside the Capitol?
It looked like he went
on the outside.
He looks like he entered the Capitol like 60 other journalists. Because there was a lot of journalists in there that I've seen footage from, right? So.
InfoWars journalist Owen Schroyer just served a nearly 2-month sentence for having.
And Jermaine, okay, sorry, you say that.
That's not what that's.
But some people were waved into the Capitol. So how is that fair? That Capitol guard, one of them guys standing at the door, waved people in, and now they're being charged. That's messed up. Now I don't know if that's the case here, but I know some people were offered to waved in the door. The security held the door for them. But yeah, okay. But as a journalist, you're like okay, but I guess yeah, you went in the building. I can see where you're coming from too, though. But if they're
Look, you do a riot, you do if you're part of a riot, you're part of a riot.
yeah, but if you're waved in by security,
It doesn't matter that security waves you into a riot.
it wasn't a riot; it was a protest at the time.
I mean, the security were part of the riot.
There's two sides. There's the one side where there's a lot of fights and stuff going on. The other side was pretty peaceful that they got into, right? Like there was two.
No, I watched this on TV. It was all pretty violent.
Yeah, on the one side of the.
No.
Yeah,
No, this was televised live on TV. We watched it with our jaws hanging the fuck open. Yeah. This was like 9/11, where everybody's like, "Where were you?" People should be saying that about this.
I don't think this is like 9/11. That's pretty big comparison.
They televised this.
Yeah, they did, like, but that's a pretty big comparison.
Me to not remember what I saw though.
Yeah, but I saw it too, like, and I saw
it's a never forget moment.
Yeah,
that's how I'm equating that with 9/11. It should be a never forget moment. Like we saw what happened. Or did you watch it?
I watched it, yeah, and I also remember back in 2017 when.
And I saw nobody going in nicely. Yeah. I saw people scaling walls.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. On the one side.
I'll have to find the video.
I'll have to find the videos for you because I've seen videos, and you know how they're releasing soon. They're going to release video, but they're going to blur faces. You know why? Because those were probably people who were.
Well, they don't want to tip off people they still have yet to charge.
Or they're never mind. I'm not going to do that tonight. But yeah, I'll send you some video. I'll send you some video of what I saw. So yeah,
they have to blur anyone's face that they have ongoing litigation and ongoing charges and stuff. Like there's lots of reasons they'll be blurring, but potentially they'll also want to blur so that other internet sleuths can't find more of those people's actual identities, which has happened. People have sussed out some of the people and from video evidence alone.
But yeah, but there's video of security guards walking around with people opening doors and holding doors for them.
I mean, that doesn't sound like you're securing your building.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking.
Sounds like you're letting in a mass crowd for what reason?
When you have
For what reason? Why are we letting a mass crowd into the building, security?
Anyway, so it's just crazy how they're going out
there. Just to have fun?
Like
let's see what the charges are. Because if this guy did a bunch of illegal things, of course they should charge him. I mean, this riot was no different than every other riot where they arrest a bunch of people and come up with charges for them. Is it?
Well, a lot of people from the riots that happened over the last few years haven't been charged. So they get away with it. One guy burned down a police station and with police in it and got, 3 years, I think, and then some guy knocked over a fence here at the Capitol and yelled on a speakerphone, and he's getting 20 years.
What? Somebody burned down a police station with police officers in it?
Yeah, well, the police got out.
In Canada?
No, in the States. The police got out, but the police were in there.
So you're referring to the one I know about. Everyone evacuated that.
Yeah,
that's
but
why I was
still,
surprised you said with police officers inside.
The guy got a few years. Then another guy was at the Capitol, knocked over a fence, didn't go inside, and he got 20 years.
Well, what else did he do?
He stood outside with a microphone and said, but still, 20 years, he did not.
So he was literally doing incitement at the thing with the loudspeaker?
No, he was telling people not to go in. There's video, but still. So one, he tried to kill police officers and started a fire, trying to kill people, and one was not that.
I mean, I feel like you're mischaracterizing literally both of those.
But also, too, then
literally both of those.
Well, it's hard to say. There's so much over the years that happened. I'm trying to find. We've talked about. I'm just looking up here too.
But they knew no people were inside when the precinct was set on fire. It wasn't attempting to kill anyone.
But you set a fire. That is criminal activity, and that means
it's arson.
It doesn't matter.
He got the charge and the sentencing for the crime he did.
Okay, and that's nothing. So he burnt down. It could have killed many people.
I'm losing my mind here because your take on both of them is weird.
But one's burning down a building that could have killed dozens of people.
Right,
the other
and
one
they gave him the charge that went with
that. Which is 2 years, and
not
one guy
attempted murder of a police officer.
This should be so.
Why?
Because
there were no police officers in the building.
He didn't know that. So.
Actually, I'm pretty sure he did know that.
Regardless, you start a house, you start something on fire, you intend to damage people. The guy, I'm trying to look it up right now. One second.
Property damage is not the same as human casualty. It never will be in my mind.
Okay, and then this guy didn't kill.
You're never gonna see me get angry about property being damaged to the point of saying somebody should lose their life over property. Like that's.
I'm not saying. When did I say he should lose his life?
Well, it seems like you want a much steeper charge for
more than 2 years
what amounted to property damage.
Another guy who friggin' stood outside a building and yelled a few things gets 20 years. Like, I don't see how you can see that that's the same thing, right? Like, it's like how it's
we have statutes in America where you can't just shout things to crowds, certain things. Yeah. So what was he just saying?
Okay, even if he's causing panic, then that Democrat who pulled the fire alarm,
so he was causing people.
Okay, I'm looking it up right now. All right, so what was he charged with?
What's the dude's name?
Eric Queen turned. I can't pronounce it. Enrique.
Tario?
Yeah. He wasn't even at the Capitol. Like, okay, and he told his friends to go down there and protest. And he's being put in prison for 33 years. My correction. Because he told friends to go down there.
This is a lot longer than telling friends to go down there, so I'm trying to read this.
But one is still like, okay, should he get time? Yeah, but 33 years?
Depends on what he did. It literally always depends on what he did.
Then what's her name from the... Then what about all the leaders of all the friggin' Black Lives Matter riots that happened, you know? Like, people are hurt. Lots of damage is done.
They didn't try to commit sedition.
And what about 529?
Okay, and what I'm reading here is his charges included sedition.
Okay.
Which is a big part of the number of years he got. You know that, right? Okay. No part of BLM was seditious. They weren't trying to overthrow government with BLM at any point. Right? You agree with that, right?
Okay. I'm just...
Sedition is not what BLM did.
But he still didn't hurt anybody. And yeah, okay, maybe that other guy didn't do, he did damage. But like still, nobody got charged when they had to shut down the White House when Donald Trump was in there. They started tearing down, not tearing down, I don't know if they got on the property, but they made Trump get put down in a friggin' in the, what did we just talk about Mark Zuckerberg has? Friggin' I don't know, my mind's breaking right now. And the bunker, an underground bunker. You remember that?
So they said that his actions constituted an official act of terrorism, which is why they applied an enhancement to his final sentence.
Still unreal. Like it's still like they can't like because
did sedition
because he agreed because he agreed and
he didn't just say some things.
He didn't like he agreed that the election was stolen. He didn't do it, but people have done far worse than that. But anyway,
I mean, it looks like he assembled a lot of people to take weapons to the Capitol, which is sedition and terrorism. Trying to use violent means to do political change is terrorism, and trying to overthrow a government in America is sedition. He did the things it says. 22 years is probably too little.
I don't think. Yeah, and then burning down, and then people. That's the thing. The crimes aren't the same. So
do I think sedition should have the same number of years?
Thank you, Jermaine.
As arson? It was. No, and arson should be far less.
No, but he did it for intent. He did it for a protest, which so you can just burn whatever you want down because you don't agree with it. So
they burnt it down for a protest.
Yes, which that doesn't.
Saying that doing things for a protest is the equivalent.
Okay, and you shouldn't be allowed to that's not right. That he could have killed.
They charged him with arson.
Yeah, and he got 3 years. He could have killed that fire could have spread. That fire could have killed many people. the fire department came in. They could have killed firemen, and all that. You know.
Well, we don't charge people with what could have happened.
Yeah.
Because that's future thought crime. That's some weird Minority
Yeah,
Report movie
they've
stuff.
been doing stuff like that. I don't know.
We don't do what you might have done.
There's a
as your
difference.
punishment.
And right now, this is how it's been. But there's a difference between, and I've said this before, there's a difference between the left and the right. You're going to get charged differently. Will this Democrat get any trouble for this, for that sex tape? A completely different topic, I know, but I'm just saying, probably not. Yes, that George, what's his name, Santos lied a whole bunch. What a clown. But
no, he committed a bunch of crimes.
Okay, no, what crime?
He committed a bunch of fraud, election fraud, campaign finance violations fraud, apparently assault.
But a lot of but anyway, there's a lot of
crimes.
Okay, but there's still lots
of them.
But lots that happens on the left that they get away with a lot more, or a lot slap on their wrist.
As far as I know, nobody's been thrown out except Santos. So
no one is
examples.
Yeah,
nobody else has been thrown out.
I'm just saying that's exactly it.
This other guy throwing people out. Yeah. On one
what
side
about the guy who? What about the guy who broke the law for pulling the fire alarm? That is breaking the law. That could incite a panic.
They did a vote on that.
Yeah,
guys.
that's not. But still, like that could incite why. But yeah, still, just because of vote,
they voted on that.
Just because the Democrats agree that they didn't trouble, right?
Democrats are not the majority.
Yeah, because the Republicans are weak and they don't show up for half the shit. So,
well, okay, it's up to the Republicans to hold them accountable if what you're saying is true.
But then why? But if the Democrats accuse,
who are you angry at?
At everybody, everybody, because it is true. Because it is true. Like people, the Republicans, they say they're gonna do shit. They don't. Democrats.
Beautiful Blue just said Tario was unable to make it to the Capitol because he had been arrested and was in custody already.
Yeah, but it's still whatever. It's still just it's black and white, and that's how it is. So
I don't know that it really is. Which states do you think have a higher murder rate? Red states or blue states?
Probably blue states.
No, red states by a margin.
What about Chicago? What about cities then? Because look at Chicago, look at New York, and all that, right?
Can you name one red city?
There's one in Colorado? I'm pretty sure.
There's not one. There's not.
No.
One.
Okay.
Every major metropolitan is blue.
It explains the crime rate.
That's literally why that talking point gets used. The whole blue cities. There aren't red cities. There's red towns. I'm from a red town. It's really what it is. The more people you get together, the more blue they become.
Yeah.
Just what it is. You start to actually care about other people besides yourself when you're next to other people. I think
that's where it's hard.
The more spread out we are, the more we cannot care.
I disagree in that.
My theory is.
I disagree in that.
You think if there's 3 people in the world and they're all on different continents, they would care about each other at all?
Well, you saying they care is one thing.
Versus if those 3 people are in the same place, if they're all 3 in Canada, that the last 3 people on Earth
I don't know.
Canada,
I'm pretty sure my one neighbor would stab me in the back for a piece of crack. So,
Yeah, but what if he had to go like 1,000,000 miles to stab you for crack? He probably wouldn't.
Exactly.
And to be honest, that shows care. Being willing to go 1,000,000 miles to stab you shows how much I care.
Exactly. Okay.
If we're being real.
Let's go on to our last article here.
I wanted to stay on. What are we on here? I don't even remember the article that got us on this.
Yeah.
We do have one.
It's almost my bedtime anyway, so.
Oh, it's super early.
Yeah.
So NBC News brings us our last one. Dead body discovered in passenger seat after driver said damage was from hitting an animal. Yeah, you heard that sentence. That's the sentence I said.
Yeah. So
the 31-year-old is suspected of striking a pedestrian with his car and then driving nearly 40 miles to a parking lot where an officer found the body inside the vehicle. Many hours later, this thing doesn't say, but I read down a little bit. Like that's part of what made me want to do it because it's so weird.
Yeah, he was drunk or high or something. So
yeah, and I wish I could close this thing. Let me close this. Nope, just gonna float over here. Dallas area driver is accused of fatally striking a pedestrian, driving 40 miles, parked at a restaurant, and telling the police officer who discovered a body in his passenger seat that he believed he had hit an animal.
Oh, and he just drove with it anyway? Oh, the frig. Yeah, he was messed up on something, right? He was so... Joe Lagine Flores, is that right? 31, was slumped over the steering wheel of a Kia that had extensive damage to its hood and windshield. when police found him about 11:15 p.m. on Saturday in a white Saturday in a white settlement restaurant parking lot.
They really have a restaurant called White Settlement?
Sorry, that threw me off. White settlement.
That just hits the ear so weird.
In a white settlement restaurant parking lot. Anyway, Flores, who was 2021 convicted of driving intoxicated in nearby Collins County, has been accused of intoxication.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you did it in 2021 and suddenly you've got a body in your car and you think you hit an animal, you fucking driving drunk again.
He just ruined
I have
so
to say
many
allegedly,
lives.
I guess, but like I haven't even finished reading it. I'm like, this dude was drunk and did this. But like the craziness was that he was so shit-faced. What all he did,
I guess you're right,
didn't
beautiful.
Notice.
Blue.
We are, but like calling humans animals is always you shouldn't really do that. It's dehumanizing to call humans animals ever.
Whoa, so. It's dehumanizing.
You know, I know we're all technically part of the creatures in the world, but
yeah. So you believe he struck an animal in Dallas?
I'm a species. Driving. I think our species is better than
the rest. Parking lot. The driver never notified police or fire emergency responders. The incident. What the frig, you know? Like, that's sad. Like, that's horrible.
Yeah, like, I mean... And then the officers arrived and noticed what appeared to be a human body. Like, no signs of life. Like,
well...
He believes he had struck an animal.
I hope as bad as it sounds, I hope that guy died right as soon as he was hit. You know? Like, so he didn't suffer driving around with the guy. So...
Well, and that's the thing. I don't know. I guess he didn't probably drive too far, but police said that his car had been in the restaurant's parking lot for several hours when the officer arrived.
Yeah, wow.
So he drove at least several minutes to get there, and then was there for several hours with the body in his car, and he still gave officers that answer.
Yeah. No, yeah,
That's crazy.
No, that should be more than... That should be first-degree murder. I think drinking and driving should be first-degree murder, in my opinion. But...
Oh, okay. Blue just said, I'm arguing semantics and I'm not meaning to value life, but the driver didn't technically lie. I am a great devil's advocate, and that is true. I accept the argument. You're not guilty.
Yeah.
Of something. I don't know.
That still doesn't make it right. So, okay, yeah.
But no, this dude clearly was... I think he woke up still drunk.
Why was there flying bodies? What do you mean? Like,
well, what if it wasn't flying? What if it was a pedestrian doing the pedestrian-y thing?
Yeah, maybe he was crossing the street or on his bicycle, and maybe, who knows? We doesn't really get into detail here. Doesn't even say the victims' names.
A crash on the westbound service road of Interstate 30 near Cockrell Hill Road in Dallas County, about 38 miles from the restaurant.
Yeah, so he drove 38 miles, roughly.
But there's not a lot of specifics on the actual thing. Human remains were located near the roadway that may possibly match the victim's body that was recovered from inside the vehicle. So I guess they will know the site of where it happened.
Human remains, so that but I guess it could be anything, blood or...
Investigators secured a blood search warrant.
For the
blood from the guy. Yeah,
100%.
When they already have, that's a slam dunk one. That's the judge looks at it and goes, yeah
for sure, yeah,
duh. But you got to do the paperwork. That's fine. Even
I don't know if he was
this one. As the lawyer
and drunk on the bike. I don't know what you're talking about.
On the bike. Oh, if somebody was like driving on a bike and flew off their bike into the car, kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would think we would have heard something in the article about a bike.
I just said you mentioned bike. Maybe he was riding a bike, right? But yeah, it's unfortunate that he did not realize that this was a human being. Stop rendering aid. Call for help. I think
this is the police chief saying that. It's very unfortunate he did not realize that this was a human being to stop and render aid and call for help.
When you're impaired to this level where you hit a pedestrian and not on a roadway and you think it's an animal, that's a significant impairment. Yeah, no
again, shit. The way they're wording this, like, was this person just kind of like walking across a road in an unsafe way? Not that makes any of it okay, but like, I still want to know more details.
Yeah.
Just to like understand, how did this happen? Was it a residential area? Was it a,
Go back. What was the address? Look up the address. Not the address, but it said it like nearby, right? Near
westbound service road, Interstate 30.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm not too worried. But yeah,
I could try to Google that.
That's all good. But yeah, I hope the guy gets put in jail. He doesn't deserve to be free.
Yeah, I mean,
you get in a car, you're drinking, you're driving, you get in a car. White Settle. I think that's a restaurant. White Settlement.
Yes.
Or is that the town? I'm very confused.
Is it the name? Hold on. Is it the name of the town? That's even worse. Hold on a second.
White Settlement. I didn't even think about that. Jeez.
White Settlement Police.
It is White Settlement Police. Holy shit.
No.
Get out of there, beautiful blue.
What state are we in?
Yeah.
Did we say the state? Texas? Is this Texas?
I don't. Dallas. Yeah.
Dallas
I think it is.
County?
Yeah. So.
White Settlement, Texas.
White Settlement. So.
Should we look up the demographics of White Settlement?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
White Settlement, Texas demographics.
Yeah, I saw that. Let's pull it up. So, can you put it on your screen?
Yes, I can. Although.
And then after that, we'll wrap up the show.
This is going to be some real small text, I think, unfortunately, but. Crap, I can't even.
It's all good.
See, it says White Settlement, City, Texas.
Yeah.
Population
16,000.
16,000.
116, yeah.
Here's race. White alone, 66%. Oh,
Yeah.
I guess it's not White Settlement after all.
But that's not that much out of the 16,000, really. So that's like 9,000, 10,000. So. Okay. Well, I don't have anything else on this. I hope the guy gets put in prison. Do you?
I wonder what the demographics of White Settlement's jail is. I wonder if the White Settlement jail has 66% white.
They probably don't even have a jail.
They have a police.
Yeah, police department. Yeah, I don't know.
So they should have a jail. They have 1,200 veterans out of 18,000.
Alrighty. Well, I think that's our show for the night. I appreciate everybody for being here. Thank you very much. If you haven't already, please click that follow button. We're also on YouTube, so you can check us out on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and X, formerly known as Twitter. Just give us a go ahead and go over there, check it out. Every follow helps, every subscription helps. We like to grow. Hopefully our show will get better. If you also want to be on the show, we'd love to have you on our show. Drop us a line. It's also on our website, borderlinebanter.com. And right below my stream, you should actually see, you can click on there and it will bring you right to the website. But yeah, drop us a line, shoot us an email, and we'll get back to you and just get you on our show. And as always, we'd like to definitely do this show to let you know that it's okay not to be okay. We dedicated a page on our website for this because we believe in it. It's a big thing. It's okay not to be okay. There's a lot of signs your friends might be going through, family. Lots of stuff on this page just to go through it, scroll through it. Lots of great information and phone numbers.
Yeah, and we cover a lot of shitty topics. So the world's kind of shitty, but reach out for help.
Yeah.
Even though everything's a little negative, not everything is negative.
Yeah.
Just the news.
Anything to say before we jet out here, Dustin?
Just thank you everybody for being here. Thank you my co-host for being here, and everybody make sure to leave me some comments and spend the way to kid me else.
Thank you very much. Again, thanks everyone for being here. Don't forget to hit that follow button, and we're gonna find something for you to watch tonight. You know what? I'm gonna send you off to Twin Gats. He's actually gonna be on the show on Friday, so this is
now he has to show up.
No, I called him out. Yeah, here we go.
Well, let's send him over.
Let's see if he's there.
He is doing Call of Duty.
Yo, borderline with the raid. Let's go.